Hey guys, it's a different style video today, just showing fruit trees that are blooming. It's a beautiful spring in Southern California, and this is the amazing red Baron peach. Awesome tree. It's not fully bloomed. It's got a little bit more to go. But I think it's worth a shot. It's the weekend and I have a few minutes to make a quick video. This is 2 years old. It's a pandemic tree. So it was a tiny little stick, and with a little love, it's looking pretty good. And this is the Mandarin, and it's absolutely loaded. This is the one that I was sharing earlier in a video, that it's on and off. 1 year produces significantly and the other year is lazy. Well, this year probably produced a handful of fruit, but just one branch. If you look here, this is what it's got this year going, and it's absolutely full of action. Too bad you cannot smell. There's no smell-o-vision at this point, but full of bees and full of action. Absolutely lovely. Look at that. Beautiful. So a lot of the fruit trees are in full bloom or full of action. Some fruits, and then some are just getting ready for the next crop. That's what I'm trying to share today. Another lovely surprise. This is the red avocado, and I finally got something right with the avocados, because this one is absolutely loaded with bees, and look at that, and just full of flowers. Amazing. Look at this. I guess pictures don't do this guy justice. It's a, again, we planted it 2 years ago, actually less than 2 years ago, and it was probably about a year-old tree. So it's finally doing something right. A lot of new growth, pushing new growth, you see, and lots of flowers. It loves the spot. I had the huge eucalyptus trees right there that I got rid of, so this is taking the spot, and so far so good. It's at the top of a hill, so it gets a little bit windy, but look at this. What's not to love? Ambulance sirens, dogs barking, and also some birds singing. That's how it goes. But we're talking today just about fruit trees that are flowering, and this one is impressive, even for my skill level, I should say. Okay, what else? Well, look at this guy. This is a plum. 3-year-old plum. Satsuma plum. Lovely. I have 2 plums sitting next to each other. This one is always a heavy producer. Not only does it flower abundantly, but it also holds fruit. Let me see if the tag tells me something about this guy. Not enough. Just the rootstock. but it's this is the guy. Hopefully you can see it. Satsuma plum, lovely. And it's important because I planted also right next to it a California Santa Rosa, and this is finally blooming as well. And the key is because I'm expecting these guys to pollinate each other, so they're sitting next to each other, because Santa Rosa should be a heavy producer in California, but I've never seen them flowering at the same time. I always had the Satsuma earlier, blooming earlier than the Santa Rosa. So this is the first time I'm observing that yes indeed we may have some cross pollinations. There are plenty of bees doing their work here as well, but lovely all around. Again, 3-year-old trees, and there's finally some overlap of flowering for cross-pollination. And also talking about more avocado trees. I'm not doing an update on the tree itself, but more on the flowers. This is the Haas, and I'm also seeing action with respect to the flowers. So yay, how cool is this to see this? And you can see right there, that is the red Baron peach, so you could get a better view of it. But I'm impressed. I've killed a few avocados before, and this is finally the time that it needed a whole lot more attention. But once, I'm hoping these are about 2 years old now since I planted them, so probably 3-year-old trees. That now it looks like we're on the right track. And since we're talking about bloom and flowers, this is the pomegranate. This is the sweet pomegranate, so it's finally getting some attention and some action. I think it's just too early. I experienced a double flowering season in my pomegranates. I think this is the early round, so I get a few sporadic flowers. But the second one, maybe in a month or so, it's gonna be full on. So there you go. You can see some of the buds and some of the action here, but I think we're too early to talk about the real activity. See right here. I don't know if the camera focuses well enough, but you'll see. And perhaps one tree that doesn't really flower, but how impressive is this? And it's worth talking about it because there's no flowers. But look at this mulberry. It's already full of fruit that's green. So once it turns color, I'll share some more videos on this one in particular, because it's fairly impressive. There's no flowers. It's just full on bloom. Just fruit, full of fruit. And another tip for the fruit growers there: make sure you interplant some flowers in between, or have some ways to attract pollinators. So again, it's mid-March 2022 and Southern California, so I plant quite a few flowers. You could see another orange tree here, just getting ready to bloom. It's got some heavy action on it right now. But I think what's important to showcase is make sure you have some flowers. Add some flowers. Make sure you have bees throughout the entire season, so you get some activity. I have mostly ice plants around my trees, so there's always flowers throughout the year. So not only do you get bees, this is a small, tiny improved Mayor lemon. Look at it; it's just full on blooming, and also full of bees, attracting quite a few bees. And right below, guess what? more flowers, and that's the call. So that's the goal here, to share some tips and show what's blooming